Alright, so we lost the roll here in round 2, but I think we just have enough to keep with a bunch of green sources in the deck and 18 lands. I think we're okay to keep this. Any mana gets us a Glacial Stalker on turn 3. It looks like we drew that here. And any forest or green mana sets us up beautifully, which we missed here, but can live with that. Good curve out. Having drawn one land is better than not, but we are getting a little pinched here if we don't hit at least a land, but preferably a green mana source in the next 1 to 2 draw steps. Oh yeah, he's getting very aggressive here, and this could be. I mean, this is a very, very aggressive play for him to use up his whole turn here just to force away our random morph and punch in some damage is, well, it's not a very good sign for us just because it happens to be excellent against what we're doing right now unless we draw a forest. Though, I guess this does give us the play of at least we've just got sort of a default play next turn even if we were to miss a land drop. Okay. Take a big chunk of damage here. Hoo hoo hoo. And we got there. Let's be mana efficient here and play the Longshot Squad. That can block Highland Game. Could even trade for Alpine Grizzly, which I might do here. Yeah, I'm just going to trade. We've got a billion cards in our hand. I'd much rather play a longer game where we actually get a chance to resolve some of these spells. And even though Longshot Squad is better than Alpine Grizzly by most measures, I think just maintaining life total at this point takes precedent over anything else. There's nothing worse than dying with a bunch of cards in your hand. Another land off the top would be beautiful here. We could do Secret Plans, Glacial Stalker, ship the turn back. We get a 2/3 that we can then flip up and start drawing cards and really sort of take over the game. Another option we have if we were to hit the land is just to play Glacial Stalker or Tuskguard Captain and just ship the turn back and leave up Disdainful Stroke. So I like our options if we hit a land. Well, we did sort of. So let's play our land. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to play the captain here. It holds back the Highland Game. It does not hold back the morph, unfortunately. But Throttle hopefully will be able to kill whatever the morph is at some point. So yeah, we're moving things forward in a forwardly direction, generally speaking. We're at 14. So we're pretty safe on life here, but we're likely to take a big chunk from this thing. Another morph, okay. And this one's an Ice Feather Haven. All right, well, it's like this guy's being consistent. He's very, very aggressive with his tempo plays here. He's going to force through 4 damage to bring us to 10, but then I'm thinking we're going to be fairly stable here. The more lands, the better for us, though. Ooh, an Abomination. All right, well, I think I like... this is actually a tough choice. I think I like just playing Tuskguard Captain here and then Savage punching the morph. I feel like the morph is what's going to have more impact. Like, it's scarier because we can always throttle the Ice Feather Haven. But the morph, like it could be a Glacial Stalker, or there we go, an Abomination of Gudul. And that's a major issue for us. Like a Abomination of Gudul is tough because we don't have 2 removal spells right now. We have our own Abomination, which could be quite good, but... And there's the big Wool Daddy. And we really wanted Disdainful Stroke for that, but sometimes you don't have it. So let's figure out what our plan is after we know our draw step. All right. We got 6 mana. I think we just play Abomination of Gudul face up and take a hit from the Woolly Loxodon. Our opponent's out of cards. We're unlikely to die to like a combat trick in that scenario. If we play the Abomination, we've got a block here, we've got a block here. So we take 6 from this thing, and then we get to untap with like Disdainful Stroke, maybe Throttle, or something along those lines. This is a major issue that we have to get shored up, so... Let's just play it and then chip the turn and hope that he bricks. Another bounce spell or something is pretty deadly for us. A land obviously is what we want our opponent to draw. That way we take 6 here, go to 2. They shouldn't have too much reach. There's only a couple of cards in these colors that really get reach through, like Ruthless Ripper or something like that. And of course he comes up with Savage Punch, which... God dang it, that sucks. Nice draw. Well, we were close to being stable. Now we're just dead. Can make an Impersonator and do nothing else. We need to cast 2 creatures this turn and we can't. Oh, that's lame. We were so close. Just he had to top deck something like that. A tempo play, a Force Away, or... an Ice Feather Raven or something. If he just hit something not like that, we go down to 2, but then we get to untap, and man, we would have drawn a Clever Impersonator too. All right, so is there anything I can do? I don't think there is. Oh, that's disappointing. I don't want to show him any more cards. I think I want the Highland game again. The Impersonator seems a little better against this opponent, but he was pretty quick off the bat there, and I want to make sure that I've got some early game for him. Sagu Archers seemed good. The Stalkers can pair up and be good. I'll kill the Guide and make this into a forest. This matchup seems just fine for us. His deck looks good, but I mean, he had to get pretty lucky there, or else we were stable. So I think I feel fine with where we're at. I'm going to play the Jungle Hollow just in case we draw Secret Plans. That way I can play Island and Secret Plans. If I play Dismal Backwater and we draw Secret Plans, I can't actually play it, which is annoying. This curve looks decent. I'm going to instantly kill that. Yeah, I'm just going to kill it. We're going to take a ton of damage from that thing, and we've got plenty of time to play out these other cards, so yeah, I'm just going to kill it. Our best course of action against it without killing it is to play Longshot Squad, level it up, and then finally be able to block, and then we're like one bounce spell away from just getting completely wrecked. So I like this play better. Let's play the squad. Pair of morphs, sure. It's going to double block. I'll put the second morph first. Assuming it's like an abomination. It was Woolly Loxodon. Sure. That's great. And then I want to unmorph this guy. It's a risky block by our opponent. I could have a pump spell there and just completely wreck him. But as it stands, I'm really happy with that trade. Because looking down the line, the Woolly Loxodon could have been a major issue. Okay, let's attack. I'm gonna give him the chance to block. Maybe he bounces it? Nope, doesn't bounce it. All right, that's great. And our next turn looks pretty sweet too. I get to play Clever Impersonator and either clone whatever he comes up with here or just make another Abomination of Gudul. Both options seems quite sweet. Let's just hit him. If he's got a bounce spell, he just kind of has to play it here. Doesn't have it. Now we just get to churn through our deck. I'm assuming one of these is an abomination of his own. He finally found black mana on his side, so that's okay though. We don't really worry about that. Going to block here. If he's got a morph, I'll make him flip it up. I don't really care about the Sidisi's pet anyway. Yeah, that's fine. Actually works out quite nicely for us. As our abominations get to just sort of keep going to town here. I realized the card I should have brought in as well is the... I should have brought in Shambling Remains. It seems really slow against him, but like now that we've already seen Woolly Loxodon and now there's a second one, it's probably worth it if we're going to get to the late game. I mean, it's not perfect against him. He's got Ice Feather, Aven, and Force Away, so you know we can't be super happy about it, but I think it's still worth it. So Archer can block this morph, and we'll just take a hit from the Woolly Loxodon. And then hopefully these guys will finish up. They need 2 more turns, but We're also just sifting through these stupid lands. We can find some pretty sweet stuff to really help change the race as well. Sultai Flayer, etc. Another card that I'd love to see, we haven't seen from him against him yet, is our Heir of the Wilds. Kintree Invocation, sure. That's huge. So he's just going to attack with the Loxodon, and we're just going to take it. We do need to find some action here. Because he'll kill us next turn if we don't have anything. Alright, Savage Punch, sure. Island Game's actually not too bad. That gets in the way of the 7/7 and buys us almost an extra turn. But I was hoping to hit another spell. Having two creatures there would be fantastic. Having one is meh. Oh, wow, that's huge too. God, this guy runs good. He just bought himself an entire extra turn with that land drop. So nasty. And go back up to 6. Yeah, we're definitely falling further and further behind. He keeps drawing really good stuff. It's super annoying. God. All right. Well, I don't think we're beating this draw no matter what. Yep. And that'll do it. I mean, our draw was totally fine, right? There was nothing wrong with that, but he just had the nut. I mean, that was ridiculous. All the way down to last card being his dead drop. That's just absurd. So yeah, I think you just got to take a loss like that sometimes and just say, look, his deck was good and he had great draws, and I don't think we're going to beat those. I mean, we could, like, we would just need an equally great draw, and our deck was certainly capable of producing it, but we needed some of our death touchers or something like that. It wasn't going to happen with us drawing. I mean, we drew what, five or six extra cards that game effectively from milling, and they were all lands except for one. So, you know, we ran slightly bad there, and then and his draw, like I said, was just absurd. I mean, he had the Savage Punch there and the thing plus the two huge guys. It's just too good. If you guys would like to give any feedback or say hi, you can find me on Twitter, Marshall_LR, and of course you can find everything related to the podcast at lrcast.com. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next week.